Hey, you guys, I have a full moon reading for you, but I'm a little crazy at the moment with surfaces, so there's no spread. I just pulled from 3 decks and stacked them up, and I'm going to go through them. Okay, we're just going to go with it. So this one is a little bit more like situation based here, and the other two are a little more guidance based. So there's distance between you and your twin. That could be everybody. This particular situation though has to do with toxic karmic situations. I can tell you that. So this distance to me feels a little more like limited contact, no contact. This is definitely not for those who are in a reunion phase, who are still at a distance, but have, good communication. Even if it's sporadic, it's still good communication because you're acknowledging your feelings, and that this isn't that group. This is groups in separation with the divine masculines, distracted with their toxic situations. They're not likely to be expressing themselves to you. Okay. So there's distance here, but you have to remember that the distance happens for a reason as well. The distance serves a purpose. Do not listen to the twin flame teachers who tell you that there doesn't need to be a separation. That is not true. Separation is a necessary part of the process. Even Jesus and Mary Magdalene had separation that they discuss in the book that is channeled from them. And they discuss the purpose of it as well, which is about both needing to learn to be independent and self-reliant and not need each other in unhealthy ways. So distance is a necessary part of the process, okay? Where am I going to put this? I'll put it over here. So like I said, there's these toxic karmic situations. The divine masculines are stuck with these manipulative partners who are toying with them, playing with them. What is the word that I'm looking for here? Using them, playing. I can't think of the right word, but playing them like they're on puppet strings. So that's the manipulation, is the playing them like puppet strings. I can't talk, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. This can also be spiritual warfare related too, because sometimes it's the dark. This would represent the demon that is manipulating both people. Because the demon uses the karmic partner to control the divine masculine. So it can be either way. Even if there's no warfare related, at the very least, this is the toxic divine feminine who is playing the masculine and making him feel stuck and unable to get out of this situation. But all of this is meant to teach him, is meant to give him growth, maturity, perspective on life, help change his 3D conditioning. This is also meant to give you perspective. It's meant for you to learn how to see the bigger picture, understand things from the spiritual perspective of why they are the way they are, even understanding your divine masculine and why he functions the way that he does, because there are basic psychological principles that explain things like human behavior. And this journey does require you to learn to understand your masculine in those ways. So, but as far as the masculines go, they have to work through the process of putting the puzzle pieces together in order to find their way out of these situations, to find their strength to do that. And when there's warfare, this is also about the divine feminines needing to put the puzzle pieces together in order to fix that warfare and remove it so that it is no longer blocking your union, blocking your progress. You need to know and trust that Spirit is assisting, Spirit is providing support, and Spirit will survive. I can't talk at all. Spirit will provide support in whatever necessary. I really can't talk. Spirit will provide support in whatever way you need, whether that is emotional support, financial support, anything. I literally have money in my bank account that I don't know how it got there. That happened in the last week. I'm like, okay, we're just going to write down deposited by God. Because when I tell you Spirit can work miracles, Spirit can work miracles. So trust Spirit to help and guide you guys in all the ways needed, and as well as providing the healing that is an important part of this process. Spirit will provide this, and you should seek out healing for whatever, I'm going to say, you feel guided to, but like you feel it, you know what inner healing work you need to work on, and Spirit will show you what your divine masculine needs or what your twin needs, depending on which you are. So seek out the spiritual healing as well. And then you can play an active role in this process rather than being at its mercy. There's a key message here. You cannot sit around waiting. The more you are sitting around waiting, the more Spirit is going to make you keep waiting, okay? Time is a commodity that you can't waste. Time doesn't mean the same thing to Spirit, first of all. To Spirit, even a few years is soon. So Spirit can tell you you're going to be in union soon, and that can still be several years from now, a few years from now. I don't know. I'm not really sure where that time frame, like when it changes from soon to, I don't know what Spirit would say. I don't know what the boundary line is there, but Spirit does not care about time frames in the same way that we do. We are the ones who want instant gratification. To Spirit, soon is, like I said, within several years. And to Spirit, you have all the time in the world to be together. Plus, Spirit knows things that we don't as well, like about the ascension process. So you have to stop sitting around waiting, and you have to live your life. You have to make yourself happy and live your life and trust that you're going to come together in divine timing, and stop focusing on timing. I know it's easier said than done. I have the same problem. Don't trust me. But that's really one of the keys here. You need to focus on your goals and your journey and your process. And you can focus on helping your twin as well. You just can't be sitting around waiting for them, okay? You have to live your life at the same time. You have to follow your dreams and work on manifesting your soul path as well. This journey is about learning healthy interdependence. This is not about, this is about breaking codependency and other, I guess we'll say negative relationship cycles. There you go. So you got to live your life too. You got to fulfill your life purposes. You got to build your dreams, and you're going to eventually you're going to do it along with your twin. But in the meantime, you do it on your own. Okay. That fresh start, that new beginning is coming. It is going to happen. And you guys are going to have peace and harmony in this connection. Trust it. Okay. Trust me. I think I kind of want to do both of these at the same time, but I am going to run out of time. So you're going to have to come back to the second video to see the rest, because it just makes sense to do these together. Okay. So this journey is full of extremes, tons of ups and downs. And, just like that, you can go from being on a high to being on a low, to going through a dark night of the soul, or just feeling like the ground's been ripped out from under you. This journey, you heard my sigh. I felt it. I've been there. This journey is special. It is special in both good ways and bad ways. And we don't really have a choice but to get through it. It's part of our complete, metamorphosis. It's part of our rebirth into our true selves from the soul level. Okay. So, whoops. I'm losing everything. So yeah. So you gotta, where's my other card? Be patient. You gotta be patient. You gotta be resilient. You gotta find your sovereignty, and you gotta work your way through this process. Okay. Don't let fear get to you. Don't let fear hold you back. The divine masculines, the fear gets to them for a period of time. They can't break free from their karmic partners until they learn how to conquer this fear. But Spirit is teaching them just the same. I know you guys work through the process in different ways, but Spirit is teaching them too. So don't let the fear block you and hold you back. And Spirit will teach the divine masculines how to get past that too, okay? Like I said, patience for the journey, patience with your divine masculines as well. Okay. Or with your twin, and resilience, especially to get through this journey and find your way all along, persevering through it. Okay. Go to part 2. So what do you need to release to get there? What do you need to release to do that? To be able to be resilient, to be able to be patient. What do you need to release? What fears do you need to let go of? Work through your fears. Don't let them block you, remember? Don't let your past hold you back. Step out of your comfort zone. I have to just say, a lot of these cards came out in a reading for someone the other day, and I swear to God, I shuffled. So I guess it must be a collective thing right now too, okay? But like I said, don't let your past hold you back. And think about that in terms with your twin flame as well, okay? You might have had a difficult past with them. You might have had, the twin flame journey creates its own wounds, and the ups and downs with your twin create their own like paranoias and exacerbated self-worth wounds and all sorts. But don't let that hold you back. You can feel this connection with your twin. You know how significant it is. You know that you can't let go. Or if you don't know it yet, you're going to figure it out. Trust me. So don't let it hold you back. Don't hold on to judgment or fear or pain or anger. This journey is about learning unconditional love. So I can promise you that you have to let all of that go. You have to forgive, and you have to let go of all those negative emotions that come about from the experiences when your twin is wounded and you are wounded. You have to let it go. Don't let it hold you back, and you have to move forward. You have to move forward in divine, unconditional love, forgiveness, and acceptance. So step out of your comfort zone. Look at the bigger picture of it all. Look at the bigger spiritual perspective of it all. Have understanding for all of that. And if you're guided to, be bold and make the first move. That's how it was for me. I know there's a lot of people that say not to do that, but those people are honestly, they're in their ego center, and they're not wanting to be the one to make the first move. They want to make their twin be the one to make the first move. But there's no reason why you can't. Just make sure you're intuitively guided to do so. For me, for my journey, Spirit wanted me to be his teacher also, to help him learn for his spiritual awakening process. And I was guided to reach out many times, providing that insight and information and knowledge. And to help encourage him along the way as well, to help encourage him to fight for himself and not sacrifice in his karmic situation because of his 3D conditioning about family structure. So that was the case for me, and it can be the case for a lot of you. Maybe not the exact same thing, but don't be afraid to make the first move, okay? Just make sure that whatever choices you're making are coming from your intuition and your higher self and not from your ego center, okay? Know that luck is on your side. Confidence is your key to success. And believe in the impossible, because Spirit can make anything possible. And let me tell you that I have witnessed that firsthand. I have witnessed Spirit perform many miracles in my spiritual warfare journey and in clients' spiritual warfare journeys, and even in everyday life now at times. Like, anything is possible in Spirit's hands. You just have to believe and have the faith, okay? So going back to as far as your twin goes, like I said, believe in the impossible and have the confidence, believe in the good luck, and see the bigger picture. That was the other one. Then in the meantime, also, like I was saying before, you want to focus on your individual path. So standing in your sovereignty, this is about your own karmic situation potentially. And this is also about the bigger picture of Earth's ascension path as well, and the battle between good and evil on this planet. This is about relationships that are evolving and changing in your personal lives, as not everybody is ascending and moving forward with you as well. But you are not meant to compromise yourself anymore because of the people who aren't ready for this spiritual path yet. This is about being true to yourself and who you are from a soul level, no matter what that means, following your life purpose path and doing what is right for you, regardless of what anyone else thinks, does, or tells you, okay? Be in your own sovereignty for yourself and your life. That can be about using your will to pursue your soul path, whatever that is. And that's also in trusting that your divine masculine or your twin is also going to find the will to follow their soul path as well. So one of the biggest fears that divine feminines have, and it's probably both twins actually, but one of the biggest fears that people have is that it's one-sided and that their twin doesn't feel the same way, isn't going to do the same things, isn't going to come back to them, want to be with them, all that stuff. But it's not true. Just like you can't stop thinking about them, they can't stop thinking about you. They can't let this connection go any more than you can. The only difference with divine masculines in that respect is that they tend to be able to hide it more. Divine masculines, well, I'm going to say men in particular. I know not all divine masculines are men, but definitely speaking about men in this case. And there are probably some women who are in more masculine energy too, but men in particular, as I've noticed, are very, very good at compartmentalizing. This is part of the difference between the way men's brains work and women's brains work, but men are very good at compartmentalizing, and they are able to kind of like set their twin flames aside, like on a pedestal, that it's going to come across as ignore, but it's not that they're ignoring you. They're not ready. So they set you aside where they can still see you and feel your energy and appreciate you, but they're not ready to put energy into that yet. Part of that is because they're distracted with everything going on in their lives between their karmic cycles and work and whatnot, because divine masculines need to be able to be strong in their 3D material worlds. But it's also about their readiness to be able to come in and be the true divine masculine for their divine feminines. Like a lot of divine masculines just have like an inner need to be able to be in their full masculine power before coming into their divine feminine's lives again. So sometimes they just have you set aside until they feel ready for that. And they don't mean to ignore you, but that's where their focus is. And because of how they compartmentalize also, especially divine masculines who have avoidant attachment disorder, they can't multitask. They can't focus on both. And once they put you in that box and set you aside, it's not, dismissive, but it's just that like it's easier for them to function. Part of it is the readiness, and it's easier for them to function, and it's easier for them to cope with the twin flame ache of missing you so much if they can put you in a box, set you aside, and focus on what they need to focus on that's right in front of them at that present moment, if that makes sense. But regardless, that's not going to last forever. They are going to heal. They are going to get better, and they will have the will to move forward, to leave the karmic situations and to move forward when they're ready, when they're healed and ready. So they are trust in the changes that are going to happen, the changes that are happening with you, and the changes that spirit is guiding to happen to and through the masculines as well. Trust that the changes will happen in the material 3D world. And just understand this. First, the changes have to happen within before they can happen in the material world. So you may or may not see things happening and changing in the 3D, but it has to happen internally first before it gets to the point of the action and change happening externally, okay? So you focus on finding your inner peace and your inner union. Spirit will guide the divine masculines to the same, okay? Focus on shifting into gratitude consciousness and appreciating everything for the value it brings you. Every single experience we have, even the bad ones, is guided by spirit and serves a purpose. So appreciate the struggles as well. I know it's tough, trust me. Appreciate the struggles as well, because they're shaping who you are and who you will be moving forward. And that is who you are meant to become, okay? And then focus on creating. Okay, I don't know why the focus just... I said focus, and then the focus shot in and out. Anyway, focus on creating the life that you are supposed to lead, the life that will make you happy, the life that is fulfilling your soul path and your life purposes. And it will bring you together into union as well. It will make you happy, and it will make you abundant. So focus on creating, focus on manifesting, focus on the next chapter, what's truly meant for you, and trust that everything will come together, because it really, truly will. I can promise you that. I know it sounds crazy, but I can promise you that. Okay?